What is good, boys and girls? Today we have our student Chong, who joined the academy 3, 4, 5 months ago, I believe. He's just basically going to run us through, what his journey's been like, where he is now, where he came from. So Chong, welcome on. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to jump on with us. And give us a bit of a rundown, I guess, on what the last few months have looked like since joining, and sort of, I guess where you came from.
Gotcha, bro. So yeah, my name is Chuong. I came from Vietnam and I'm now in Australia doing I guess I'm a closer now, but before that I was doing disability. I was a uni student, just going through the motions and I guess just doing what every Asian does, right? Go to uni, hopefully become a doctor, whatever the case is. But yeah, I was just doing that and I kind of realized straight away, really, that it wasn't actually going to get me to where I wanted to be, which was retiring with my parents. Like, yes, you know, being a doctor, whatever the case is, it is decent money, but that's all it is, decent money. And I just wanted more than that. I wanted to be able to provide for them, retire them, not 5, 10 years later. I wanted to do it straight away. And yeah, that's kind of what got me into the position where I am today, that I'm able to actually,
Yeah.
help them out, retire them, whatever the case is.
Awesome, bro. Yeah, awesome, bro. 100%. It's just obviously a big goal for a lot of people, right? Is to help their parents out. They've done so much for us, 100%. So I guess run us through like how long were you actually in uni? And at like what point did you like sort of realize that, yes, the career path that you were going down, it could have got you to, a certain position where you were able to do those things for your parents. But at what point where, because like everyone who I speak to, everyone inside the academy, before they bite the bullet and go ahead with it and decide they have a moment. And one of our mentors that said it to me is like everyone who's successful has that fuck it moment where you're like, I can't do
Mm.
this, like I cannot do this anymore, and they have that moment where they go fuck it, no more one day, it's going to be day one. So how long were you sort of in uni, and at what point did you sort of, I guess, have your fuck it moment where you're like, no, like I've got to do something else, I'm going to do whatever it takes, and what was that sort of like?
Yeah, so I was in uni for about 3 years. I was starting my fourth year, my final year of uni, and I kind of just thought like, this is my last year of uni. If I don't make it after this, it's like that's all I'm gonna be doing. Whatever job it is, you know. So I was kind of just thinking like, fuck man, that's not the life I want. Not only for myself, but my parents. Like, yes, they're well off, but I want to be able to actually fully provide for them,
Yeah.
retire them, because they deserve it, right? So it was kind of that moment when I was like, fuck, okay, I'm gonna give myself exactly to the rest of the year to succeed. If not, then I'll just do that. That will be my punishment. And then pretty much was just comfortable. 1, 2 weeks went by, 3 months went by. Be completely honest. 3 months went by, and I was like, fuck, I haven't done anything to actually get closer. I've got to do something. Fuck it. It has to be today. Otherwise, it's not going to be any day. So hopped on one of these calls and just like that, Bob's your uncle. I'm here today.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, bro, 100%. I guess it's pretty cool. Always like looking back on like where you were. I was the same, bro. Like, so we were actually in pretty similar situations. Like, obviously, you were uni, I was a tradie, but I was in the fourth year of my apprenticeship. Coming towards the end, I was like, once I'm qualified, what else is there for me? Like, the money might get a bit better. I'm still going to be working the same hours. It's really not going to do a lot for my life. So it's actually, pretty similar situations considering we went down two completely different paths. 100%, bro. So. I guess for the people, like, when you had that moment, that fucking moment, because obviously everyone sitting here watching this right now has more than likely been on the fence for a while, 3 to 6 months. I was the same. It's sort of, you sort of have to go through that where you're just sitting there, you're like get mentally masturbating pretty much. Yep, I'm going to do this. You're saying all these things you're going to do, but you don't actually do them. And then you come to that realization where it's like, fuck, I've got to do something. And that can be the scariest part where you actually realize, like, I've got to change here, or else it's always going to be the same. So for you, like, what was that process like going from like, I'm going to do something, putting it off for ages to actually like having that moment where you're like, fuck it, I'm going to go for it now. And like, I guess
Mm.
your first few weeks inside the academy, even like investing into yourself. I'm not sure if it was your first time investing into yourself with something
Mm.
online. Obviously, that's scary. So what was that process like? Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much at that fuck up moment, I literally like I was doing research, mental masturbation, videos, the whole lot, bro. Just
Yeah.
making myself believe that I was doing something when I really wasn't doing anything. And in that moment, I just was like, get me on one of these calls. I don't care what the case is. I need to change my life. And I need to, I guess, take that step, not just
Yeah.
stay on the line, thinking I'm doing something, but not really doing anything.
Yeah.
So took that fence and I mean, I joined the academy and I just learned the skill sets from here, but like fully dipping your feet in the water, that's what I'd say is what really set me because it's like if I continued to just be on the fence, try to watch some videos, I was never committed into doing it.
Mm.
That's what I guess it showed myself. So I had to fully commit.
Yeah.
And ever since being in here, first few weeks, there's a plan set out for me, A to Z, everything that I need to do, I just need to actually do it. And I did it, man. And having that plan there, the mentorship that really helped. It was a whole different game, bro. Like before watching videos on YouTube, if I had any questions, there weren't any answers.
Mm.
Now I have access to multiple mentors. Whatever I needed, they were there to answer it for me. Anytime I'd come into any sort of trouble, I'd ask them, they'd solve it,
Yeah.
move on, next thing, bro. And that's, I guess, what really changed from me being from where I was to where I am today.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I think that's probably a problem a lot of people face as well. It's like, you know, there's obviously a lot of resources out there on YouTube and stuff like that. But it's like, when you actually start surrounding yourself around people who have done what you're trying to do, you're gonna face those roadblocks when you're going at it alone. But when you have people who have been in your shoes, overcome that and reach the position you want to be in, right? Like, so if we've got people there who have retired their parents, they have learned the skills that you've come in as a beginner and learned so that when you've got a problem there, it's solved like that rather than procrastinating about it for a month and then giving up 100%. So I guess run us through like where you are now, fast forward a few months. Obviously, you've just had one of your biggest weeks here. I think it was about $7,000 as a closer. And also run us through, I guess, prior to joining. Obviously, with closing, the skill of sales. So did you have any prior experience with sales? And with that, yeah, like run us through, I guess, where you are now, at this point in your journey, how many months you've been going at it and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So before I joined, I was in uni, so no sales experience, doing disability. So that's just taking care of somebody,
Yep.
no experience whatsoever, right? And I joined once again with no experience. And it took me a while. It took me personally 2 months to first learn the skills and then eventually get a role to actually make money. And ever since then, like, look, you're not going to be perfect straight away. My first week or so made no money. Second week made no money. But in that third week, that's when I first made that money. And I was like,
Yep.
fuck, I've done it. I've actually made money
Yep.
for the first
Yep.
time online, right? That big moment.
Yep.
And as much as I love disability work, like I really did,
Yep.
I told my boss, like, look, I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna try to do something else.
Yep.
And I had a really good relationship with the people I was taking care of,
Yep.
and like they told me I miss them, whatever. I miss them too, but it's like I had to move on in order to actually achieve my goals. And probably about 4 months later, I hit my biggest week yet. So before I was probably hitting about 7 grand a month.
Yep.
I just did a 7 grand week.
Yep.
So it's like I did a whole week's worth and I got a month
Yep.
worth of pay.
Yep.
And it was insane, man.
Yep, 100%, bro. And yeah, it's funny, isn't it? How it turns out. And like, yeah, you mentioned like that first time you made money, like, because I landed a setting role at first, and I didn't make money for the first few weeks. And even like the first bit of money I made was like $70, but that was like, holy shit, I can do this. Like it works. And then a few months later, push comes to shove, and then you start doing the maths in your head where you might have like a $2,000 day, and you were making $1,000 a week. You're like, that's like, 2 weeks worth of work in a day, 100%, bro. So obviously coming in as a beginner to like where you are now, learning sales, obviously, you mentioned with, having that guidance, people who can answer your questions, that was like a big one, right? Compared to when you're going at it alone with YouTube and just getting stuck on certain things. For you actually learning the skill of sales, that's obviously, eventuated to you making upwards of 10, 15K a month, 7K weeks. What was like the biggest and most crucial part inside the academy to actually learn that skill from scratch? I know we've got the role plays, the training portal for you personally, and for the people out there, sort of watching and I guess a bit hesitant or scared about going, I have no experience in sales. This will never work out for me. what was the biggest thing
Mm.
that actually helped you develop the skill of sales and then ultimately, be able to make a full-time income from it?
Yeah, it'd just be actually taking that step, bro, because you never know until you actually do, right? And if nothing changes, nothing changes. So I could have happily done that for the rest of my life, disability or got a uni job, like a job outside of uni. I could have done that, but it would have never got me to where I wanted to be, right? And look, I'm still not where I want to be,
Yeah.
but I'm a whole lot closer than
Yeah.
anywhere I would have been before, right? And joining, getting that mentorship, I keep saying it because I'd say that's the biggest
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Having those people making 80, $90,000 a month up to like millions a month, right? Having those people that talking to you, walking you through what they did wrong, what they did right, any answers you would have questions to, I'd say that was the biggest
Yeah.
thing, man.
Yeah.
Just having those people there and seeing that they're able to achieve it themselves, you're like, if they can do it,
Yeah.
why can't I?
Yeah.
And that was the whole process, man.
100%, bro. 100%. And before you wrap up, bro, for that person who's like on the fence right now, that version of yourself even 6 months ago, who
Mm,
was, hesitant, obviously in hindsight's a great thing, right? You're obviously, in a much better position. You're not where you want to be, neither am I, but you're on that right path. So for that
mm.
person on the fence right now, bro, what do you wish you could tell him? And for the people watching this who, you know, are a bit hesitant, what would be, I guess, your final message, bro? Considering you've seen that whole process for yourself, you've seen it for other people. Yeah, what's one thing you wish you could tell your younger self or the person right now watching this who wants to start but is just a bit on edge?
I mean, I would tell my younger self to start earlier. I mean, the people watching, I mean, don't start at all, bro. Like more money for me right now. But look, there's too much money to be made, right? And if you always just sit on the fence, never take action, you're never actually going to get anywhere. I wish I started when I was fucking 8 years old, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
As soon as I became conscious, bro, I wish I started way back then.
yeah,
But the past is something we can never change, right? So it's like change your present so the future
yeah.
can change.
Yep, 100%. Great message. I love it. Yep. The past is, yeah, exactly. It's out of your control. The only thing you can control is right now. And as a result of that, that will change your future, 100%, bro. Look, we'll wrap up there. It's been crazy to see the growth, the progress. And it's funny like seeing people come through. You see people get welcomed into the community. Like, oh, yep, that's another guy. And then a few months later, you're like, oh, fuck. You're starting to make a bit of money, and then you're starting to push these big months, bro. So congratulations. Thanks for taking the time out of your day. And yeah, boys. Any final words, John?
I mean, make that step. You don't have to, you don't want it, but
100%,
so that's been made.
bro. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.